How many commandments are there? Most people would say there are 10 commandments. But if you were an Old Testament Hebrew, you would say 613. Welcome to the Word for 2021. Today we're in Exodus chapter 22. As we go through these next number of chapters, we're going to see lots of different laws. God gave the Hebrews these laws to cover many different aspects of life. There are case laws listed. There are laws concerning the family, personal hygiene, laws about diet. God knew that He was forming a nation, and they needed to have a worldview. God gave these laws so that they would be healthy, so that they would be protected, so that there would be justice in their midst. Now the Israelites, they had been slaves. They had never governed themselves before. They were told by the Egyptians what they could do and what they couldn't do. They lived under Egyptian rule. They lived under Egyptian thinking. They lived under Egyptian lifestyles. So through these laws that God is giving, He is reorienting their thinking. He's reorienting their behavior, their mindset. He wants to reorient their lives so that they would be holy and they would be different. The laws that God is giving deal with property rights, restitution, protection for the innocent, and penalties for the guilty. These laws would enable them to live in their newfound freedom with clear expectations and consequences. God wanted His people to understand that with each and every choice, there are always consequences. Through good actions, they would experience positive results. With bad actions, negative consequences. The laws that God is giving to the people are for a purpose. And He tells us what that purpose is in verse 31. In just 7 words, God gives them the purpose. And what is that purpose? You are to be my holy people. God desires holiness from His people then, and God desires holiness from His people today. God has clearly defined what is right and what is wrong, and He's given that to us in His Word. And through obedience, we will experience blessing. The laws that God is giving to His people, through these laws, God intended freedom, not condemnation. God had set boundaries to protect them and to provide for them. They were important for living. The laws that God was giving to them would also show them their need for forgiveness, but it would also draw them back to God so that then they could be restored when they stumbled, because God is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and abounding in love. Without a clear understanding of what is right and what is wrong, without a clear understanding of consequences and restoration, without a clear understanding of good and evil, life will always disintegrate and dissolve into chaos and injustice. In order for life to be all that God desires it to be, we need God's direction and His accountability. So, God has given us His Word, and what we need to do is listen and obey. Thank you for joining the Word for 2021.